You're 3 miles from camp. The storm rolled in fast, the phone's dead, and the only thing you have left to work with is what's on your wrist. That's not the moment to wish you'd bought a better watch. G Shock has been built for exactly that moment since 1983. Here are the 9 best ones for anyone who actually spends time outdoors. Number 9. GD-010 10 years. That's how long this thing runs before you even think about a battery swap. No solar panel, no charging cable, no ritual of remembering to charge it before a trip. You just wear it. The GD-010 isn't trying to impress anyone at the trailhead. It's got a shock-resistant build, bio-based resin construction, and a battery life that makes every other watch on this list look genuinely high maintenance. There's something quietly powerful about a piece of gear that just runs. No updates, no alerts, no intervention needed. For the guy who wants zero babysitting from his equipment, this is the starting point. It's not flashy. It doesn't need to be. Number 8. G Shock GRAVITYMASTER GR-B300. Most people assume outdoor ready means heavy, bulky, built like a brick strapped to your wrist. The GRAVITYMASTER GR-B300 makes a pretty convincing case against all of that. This one was originally designed with pilots in mind, but multi-day hikers have been quietly adopting it because after 30 plus hours on trail, every unnecessary gram starts to wear on you. The carbon core guard keeps it fully shockproof without adding bulk. Bluetooth syncs it for accurate tracking and time data without you touching a setting. The dual time display handles things cleanly when you're moving across time zones. It's genuinely one of the most comfortable long-wear G-Shocks ever made. The kind of watch you forget you have on right up until the moment you actually need it. Number 7. G Shock DW5600. Most brands tell you their watch is tough. Casio just showed up with a centrifuge and a hammer. They strapped the DW5600 to a centrifuge, a machine that generates forces strong enough to destroy most consumer electronics, filmed the whole thing, and then followed it up by taking a hammer directly to the case with full blunt impact. Both times, the watch came out fine. No cracked display, no drama, no asterisks in the fine print. The DW5600 is the original G-Shock blueprint. Every single rugged watch on this list owes its DNA to this case design. Simple display, no unnecessary features, and a build that laughs at both high-speed rotation and direct impact. For anyone working or adventuring in environments where gear takes a real beating, this is where the entire G-Shock story started. And honestly, 4 decades later, it still holds up just fine. Number 6. G-Shock times Stranger Things. DW5600 STT. Not every watch on a best of list has to be purely functional. Sometimes a watch just has to be genuinely, unapologetically cool. Casio teamed up with Netflix for the Stranger Things final season, and what came out is one of the most detailed collaboration watches they've ever produced. Vecna's vines crawl all across the dial. The letter A in LED backlight is deliberately printed upside down, a direct nod to the upside down dimension. The backlight turns red. 011 is printed on the band loop as a tribute to 11. The packaging features the Demogorgon front and center. Every single design choice traces back to something specific in the show. Nothing is random. And underneath all of that, it's still a DW5600. Still tough, still water resistant, still fully G-Shock. It just happens to look like absolutely nothing else on your wrist. Number 5. G Shock DWN5600 Nano. Okay, this one is genuinely weird in the best possible way. The DWN5600 Nano is roughly the size of a large ring. It weighs about 6 grams, less than a set of car keys, and it still carries full G-Shock shock resistance plus 200-meter water resistance. Casio built it from bio-based resin, packed in a stopwatch, alarm, and dual time, and essentially proved that toughness has no minimum size requirement. As a standalone daily driver, it's unconventional, no question, but as a backup piece tucked into your pack on a long expedition, or simply as proof that G-Shock keeps pushing the concept further than anyone expects, it's hard not to respect what they pulled off here. This thing should not exist. It does. Number 4. G-Shock Ocean at night. There's a moment when you're out on the water after dark, and a wave breaks, and the whole surface lights up electric blue. Bioluminescent plankton. One of those things that genuinely sounds made up until you see it with your own eyes. Casio built a watch around that exact image. The blue phosphorescent dial mimics that underwater glow, and the white and blue colorway pulls directly from the daytime sea. Each piece in the lineup shifts visually between bright daylight tones and soft nighttime hues, so it actually looks different depending on the light around you. It's still a tough G-Shock underneath. This isn't just a pretty art piece, but it's one of the rare times Casio made something that feels genuinely inspired rather than purely engineered. For the outdoorsman who spends real time near the ocean, this one hits operates differently than anything else in the lineup. Number 3. G Shock G Squad DW-H5600 Garmin users. Stay with me for just a second. The G Squad DW-H5600 is a G Shock stepping into fitness tracking territory, and they didn't do it halfway. Heart rate monitor, sleep and recovery tracking, GPS through smartphone connection, solar assisted charging, and an MIP-LCD display that holds up in direct sunlight without washing out. G Shock has historically stayed in its lane when it came to health data, which was always Garmin and Suunto's world. This watch is them changing lanes with intent. The feature set is real, the build is still unmistakably G Shock, and the display tech is a genuine step forward for the brand. If you've been sitting on the fence between a rugged tool watch and something more fitness focused, the DW-H5600 is the first honest answer to that problem. Number 2. G Shock MUDMAN GW9500. Quick question: when was the last time you tried reading your watch in direct noon sunlight and just couldn't? Squinting at a black square, tilting your wrist around, hoping for a different angle. That's a real and common frustration with outdoor watches, and the MUDMAN GW9500 addresses it head on. The duplex LCD display is a meaningful upgrade over older models, noticeably more readable in harsh light conditions where the Rangeman and others would struggle. And that might sound like a small thing until you're trying to track a weather window closing fast and you genuinely can't read your instrument. Stack on top of that multi-band 6 atomic timekeeping, which syncs automatically with radio signals to keep your time accurate without you touching a single setting. Triple sensor handles altitude, barometric pressure, and compass bearing. Solar powered, mud resistant. It handles everything a serious outdoor environment can throw at it and asks for absolutely nothing in return. No app required, no Bluetooth dependency. It just works every time. Number 1. G Shock MUDMASTER GWG-B1000. You're moving through dense terrain. Visibility has dropped. You need to get back to where you started, and you're not entirely sure which direction that is anymore. The MUDMASTER GWG-B1000 was built for exactly that scenario. It's one of the first MUDMASTER models to pair real analog toughness with actual smart navigation. Mark a location on your phone through the G Shock app before you head out, and the watch will point you back to it when things get disorienting. That's not a gimmick when you're off-grid and turned around in bad conditions. Think about that for a second. A mechanical watch pointing you home like a compass that already knows where home is. Triple sensor covers altitude, pressure, and compass. Tough solar keeps it running without intervention. The carbon core guard handles the physical punishment. Sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating means no fogging, no scratching, no glare when you need a clean read fast. Every single feature on this watch exists for one reason: getting you through whatever the outdoors throws at you and back home in one piece. That's why it's number 1. Drop a comment which one's going on your wrist. Subscribe for more breakdowns like this every week.